Welcome back into Hot Mic Sports, everyone. I'm your host, Ben Merrick, coming at you with Hot Mic Sports 13. I know I was gone for a little bit, guys. I'm sorry. Stressful week with finals and everything, but I'm back. I'm refreshed. I'm ready to start pumping out some more videos. A lot of stuff happened while I was gone. Big NFL week that just happened. A lot of NBA news is circling. Rumors circling everywhere in the NFL and NBA world. We'll get to all of it this week. Still have my top 5 series going. Love that series. I love making those videos. I'll have that going this week. I'm definitely back. Excited. And I hope you guys are excited too. So if you are, please like this video. Please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. In this video, as you read the title, it'll be the last NFL week. I'm recording this on Monday before the games. The bigger games got over. We got the storylines from this week. I'm really excited to talk about these. I'm just going to hop into every game, give you my thoughts on it, the breakout players, all that kind of stuff on it. I'll just take it game by game, totally unedited video, just talking about football, you know? All right, so the first game was a Thursday game, Falcons, Panthers. Falcons win 25-17. I was watching this one, and I'm thinking, did the Falcons start to hit their stride again? They had a fourth quarter lead. They didn't blow it. This is breaking news. And when I say that they might have hit their stride, I'm not saying they're a playoff team, but Julio Jones is starting to be the Julio Jones we expected him to be going into the year. Matty Ice has actually been balling all year. This Falcons team has been so bad that people are quick to blame Matty Ice. Calvin Ridley is a very interesting player. Calvin Ridley and DK Metcalf, who we'll talk about later, are two very good up-and-coming wide receivers that I expect to see down the line. Superstar wide receivers, Calvin Ridley and DK Metcalf. I'm serious. And if you have Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones on your fantasy team, you're winning now. I talked about Julio Jones earlier. Sell him. Take it back. He's starting to ball out. They beat the Panthers. This is embarrassing for the Panthers. Teddy Bridgewater has been a disappointment. They will get CMC back, and it'll help them in a lot of ways. They'll have a very versatile run game. But this is very disappointing for the Panthers. They're falling to the same record as the Falcons. That division, you can rule out those two teams who going in, we were like, hey, this is a good division. But it's just not the case anymore. Moving on from this one. Interesting game. Oh, also, I have the NFL slate posted up right here, so if I'm looking away, that's why. Bengals beat the Titans 31-20. That was a shocker. I feel like everyone predicted the Titans to win there. That was kind of just like a easy win for the Titans. I feel like this is where the Titans hype train kind of stops, for me at least. I've never looked at Ryan Tannehill as a good quarterback, at least while he was in Tennessee. He's very efficient, very efficient, and he does his job, but he's not a top half quarterback, not a top 15 quarterback. He plays his role, which is handing the ball to Derrick Henry and hitting short passes to A.J. Brown, but Derrick Henry is that team. And the Bengals went out and just exposed them. See, the thing about the Titans was they always beat the bad teams, always. Like this year, I'm saying. This year they handled the bad teams, and it was a interesting game when it was the good teams and they lost. This time the bad team went out and balled out, and two rookies, T. Higgins and Joe Burrow, put on a show on that secondary. Dusted them. Malcolm Butler, Kevin Byard, you guys should be ashamed of yourself. You just let two rookies ball out on you, and I love those two rookies, but this is a Bengals team. This should not be winning against a Super Bowl contender. So very disappointing loss for the Titans. They'll be a playoff team. They'll go divisional round, but this is where the hype train, at least for me, stops for the Titans. Derrick Henry's still the best running back that's healthy in football, but the rest of the team, not really up there for me. Moving on, Colts 41-20 to the Lions 21. Geez, holy stutter. Colts beat the Lions by 20. Okay. What I can take away from that game is the Colts running backs, both of them, did really well. They're using space. Even without Jonathan Taylor, they're using space in their backfield, which is something that we haven't seen Phillip Rivers really have. So, cool. I mean, it was a cool win. Not much to really talk about there. Another interesting one. The Dolphins beat the Rams. This was kind of a week of upsets the way I'm looking at it. But yeah, Dolphins beat the Rams 28-17. The Dolphins defense absolutely showed out in that one. The Rams, I said this in a previous video. The Rams have the record, but they're not real to me. And I know I said that about a couple of teams, but this is one, and I've been proved wrong, which I'll probably address in this video somewhere. But the Rams, like the Titans, just got stopped by a bad team. Tua looked okay. Like, that's the thing, is like there wasn't that much to talk about in terms of the Dolphins. They just outplayed the Rams, who played bad. So, I mean, the Dolphins didn't even put up half these points, you know? So definitely embarrassing for the Rams. Good first win as a starter for Tua. That's awesome. Moving on to the Raiders 16 over the Browns 6. Man, the Browns are an annoying team for me. I watching them every week sucks because, like last week, the Browns put up a ton of points. Baker Mayfield had a great game when you look at his stat line, but he started off the game 0 for 6 with an interception last game. Like, I don't like Baker Mayfield as your quarterback. Odell Beckham is down. They wasted Jarvis Landry's prime. And that defense is very talented and not as good as we want them to be. The Raiders have been a very solid team this year, and they showed that the Browns are not a good team. The Browns might squeak into the playoffs, get eliminated bad because they're not a playoff team. They should be, but it's a mix of bad coaching and bad leadership on the field. And a locker room that's probably ready to explode right now. The Raiders came in, good win for them. The AFC West is going to be a division where you want the 1 seed. So, good win for the Raiders. Makes the AFC West a lot more interesting. Bad loss for the Browns. Bad loss. And they have no shot at this division anymore with the Ravens and the Steelers, which we'll also talk about later. Moving on, Saints-Bears. Saints beat the Bears by 3 in overtime. Yeah, this one was a very interesting one. Good win for the Saints for sure. They needed that win for the division contention, but the Bears couldn't really afford that loss. I feel like the Packers are a better team than that. I've been preaching that this year. The Bears have been squeaking by in their wins. They need to keep on winning in these tight ones. They're going to squeak in the playoffs in my book, and they're going to be okay. But they're going to be a lot like the Browns, where if they get in the playoffs, they're going to get exposed by a real team. To me, they're not a real team. But Allen Robinson, if you have that dude on your fantasy team, good for you, because he is balling. Nick Foles still looks like trash. I hate to say it. But if you guys can make the playoffs, I mean, you got Nick Foles. Nick Foles is a great playoff quarterback. Just, I don't know if I trust him leading a not very talented offense. Cowboys lose to the Eagles 23-9. This was an embarrassing game to watch. I would really hate to talk about it. We're not going to talk about that game. I'm sorry. I can't talk about that terrible division. That doesn't deserve to be in the playoffs in general. Vikings beat the Packers 28-22. This one was so much fun to watch if you watched it. Devontae Adams had 2 touchdowns. He was balling. Dalvin Cook had 4 touchdowns. In my half-point PPR league, it was something like 47 points. One of the greatest greatest fantasy performances I've ever seen from a running back. That was a phenomenal game to watch. Tough loss for the Packers. They could have really created some space against in that division with the Bears losing. Couldn't capitalize. Good win for the Vikings. I mean, their season's a wash, but that was very impressive to shut down that Packers offense the way that they did. I mean, still 3 touchdowns, but shutting them down that way was very impressive. And then also putting up 28. Kirk Cousins hasn't had the best year, but seeing that offense move like that was very interesting for sure. And we'll see what happens with the Packers going forward. It seems like they've had some tough losses here and there, but I definitely expect this Packers team to be really good. They're a really complete team. Chiefs 35 to the Jets 9. Yeah, expected. Jets still suck. Steelers 28, Ravens 24. This game to me showed me that the Steelers are the most complete team in football. They had every chance to lose, and they squandered every chance. They are the best team in football. I said earlier that they weren't a legit team. I was wrong. This team is 7-0. Still the only undefeated team. They beat the Ravens. The Ravens are a good team. 5-2 Ravens now. It's looking tough for them to get into the 1 seed in that division, saying that the Steelers are absolutely rolling. Steelers are oh my goodness, guys, this has been a tough speaking video for me. The Steelers are utilizing their wide receivers that, I mean, if we're being honest, right? Juju, very good wide receiver. Outside of that, their wide receivers aren't that talented. Like, they don't jump out of the books talented. They're utilizing them in a way where these wide receivers look like absolute studs. Claypool got another touchdown. They're using him in jet sweeps. He's huge. They're using Deontay Johnson. Phenomenal. A couple weeks ago, he had 2 touchdowns. This Steelers team looks really, really good. Credit to Mike Tomlin. Big Ben's having a great bounce back. The Ravens, that's a tough loss for you guys. It's been a very underwhelming season. Like I said, the record is good, but it's been underwhelming. They haven't played amazing. I want to see what the Ravens do going forward, how Lamar Jackson takes leadership of that locker room. It should be interesting. Moving forward, the Patriots lose to the Bills 24-21. I expected the Bills to win because the Bills are a better team, and this shows me that the Bills are winning that division. But the Patriots have struggled so bad on offense. I wonder if Cam will have a job after this year. We saw him struggle to get a job coming into this year. Patriots gave him a chance. He had 2 good games, and everyone's like, "Oh, we gave the Patriots this star quarterback again." And now we're realizing there might have been a reason he didn't have a job. And I'm interested to see. There will be some quarterback positions open up this year. Very interesting to see where Cam Newton lands, if he lands anywhere at all. Could this be the last year of his career? Did the Patriots bring him back? Did the Patriots do something crazy, trade up for Trevor Lawrence? It'll be so interesting to see. Good win for the Bills. I see the Bills winning that division. Moving on from that, I'm a Chargers fan. This one is so tough to talk about, but there's a lot to talk about. Chargers lose to the Broncos 31-30. Last second touchdown for the Broncos as time expires. They kicked a field goal to win. Justin Herbert's a baller. He does not deserve this. I would like to say if Austin Eckler was back, things would be different, but honestly, we find a way to choke every single game away. There is just no winning in clutch moments for this team. Like, it's not possible. We allowed 21 points in the fourth quarter. 24-3 was our biggest lead. And it's the Broncos. The Broncos scored 31 on you, 21 in the fourth quarter with Drew Lock as your quarterback. Jerry Jeudy was the best wide receiver on the field. Why? This Chargers team should be so much better than they are. They should be atop the AFC West. Or second to the Chiefs. Why do the Chargers do this to Chargers fans? Break our hearts every single year. It hurts. It does hurt. And I feel like you have to fire Anthony Lynn. Also, the Chargers just traded away Desmond King for nothing. A 6th-round pick. Cool. This Chargers team is going to be a pile of trash this year. And that is sad to say because they were so talented. Hurts. Moving on. Seahawks beat the 49ers. Great week from DK Metcalf. Great week from MVP Wilson. Tough week for the Niners, losing Jimmy G, losing George Kittle again. George Kittle fantasy owners like myself, I am so sorry. It hurts because when he's back, he's so good, but we don't even really have time to trade him now. Great win for the Seahawks. I think this team is a top 4 Super Bowl contender. Maybe I'll put together a list like that for the NFL, but that's for a different video. But this Seahawks team is super fun to watch. Super complete team like the Steelers. Maybe not as good as the Steelers, but they are very complete. I like to see this Seahawks team, and I think they're going to go far for sure. And then tonight's game, Giants versus Buccaneers. This one should be a landslide win for the Buccaneers. The Giants have no business playing this game. I don't understand why the NFL schedules these prime time games that suck. The headline tonight was that ESPN put out on their Instagram was Tom Brady versus Danny Dimes. Who do you got? It's I got Tom Brady. Like, if I'm a huge Danny Dimes guy, but seriously, that should never be a graphic. So that's sad. I got the Buccaneers winning, but last time I made predictions, I think I got like all but one wrong. So maybe the Giants come out and win in a blowout, and I have to come back and embarrass myself tomorrow and say I'm sorry. But I don't think that's the case. I think any competent NFL fan thinks that the Buccaneers got that one. That one, I don't know. It's football. I'll watch. So that should wrap it up, guys. Again, I'm sorry about the break, but I'm back. I'm pumping out videos every day. So if you're here for some sports talk, please subscribe, leave a like, drop your comments below. I love reading everyone else's comments. If you guys think I'm wrong, please let me know why. I love hearing others' opinions. That's what sports is all about. That's what this channel is all about, is talking about sports. That doesn't mean I'm always right. That doesn't mean you're always right. So let's talk, guys. Drop what videos you want when. I figure I'll probably put out the top 5 small forwards tomorrow. So peace and love, guys. Have a great day.